I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak.
Like 5 seconds.
I said certified free, 7 days a week.
Yes.
I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face.
What's up, guys? Third episode of the Full Send podcast. We got some guests tonight. Got the big back Jen. Haley is our guest. We had a couple different ones, but we went a different way, I guess. And I went with the flow. Obviously, me and Anthony, but we're going to be talking about relationships and I guess whatever flows upon that.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of weird topics that are going to pop up here, and I think we're going to have a lot of different views. We got some characters here, and I'm going to start off with one thing here. Relationships are fucked. Straight fucked, man. It's the scariest shit that I've ever been a part of. You talk about a gambling man, you're really gambling when it comes to getting into a relationship because you're like basically giving a soft pitch, right? And you better hope to God your lady doesn't swing because you're signing yourself up for possibly, some
Destruction.
shit, man. Yeah, like some shit, So it definitely is one of the scariest things that me personally I've ever committed to. So.
I wanted to have like women on for the relationship thing because I'm thinking like, what better outlook, just not two dudes talking about relationships. 'Cause it's kind of one-sided, at least with the two hoots we got here with us tonight, that they can give their perspective on relationships, and obviously ours are different. They might be the same at some points, but it's a tricky situation. You got any input on that, Jen?
We're coming from the single side, and they're coming from the relationship side, and there's pee in the dating pool. It's terrible. There's good way to start.
It's definitely a rough one. There's a lot of obstacles and everything you have to jump, and it really takes a lot of heart and strength and time and mental health, physical health to get through it.
Yeah, I think there's, one thing I want to ask is I feel like there's a difference between what men are looking for in a relationship and what women look for in a relationship. And I'm not going to speak for him, but I'm going to speak for myself. But for me, once I'm committed to a person and once I really think that, okay, well, this is for real, and I actually let my guard down, I'm looking for that comfort, that support, right, and that stability of having that person, that presence that's with me 100% of the time. And I don't know what he would necessarily look for, but I know that's what I look for. But I'm really curious to what you ladies look for in a relationship. Do you guys got, like, what do you guys look for?
Well, actually, what we should do is ask one at a time. Jen will go, we'll ask you a bunch of questions, because I have a ton of questions to ask. So, what do you think about what he just said?
What I would look for in a relationship, so my whole motto coming into being single was I have more to offer than vagina. I come with more than the average girl's offering these days. I have my own everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's intimidating to most guys.
It is.
They're like, oh no, she's got her stuff together.
You got
it's
a clean house. Right?
Yeah. I got a clean house and a soft bed.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
But I just want someone that, I typically go for younger guys, and everyone laughs about the whole age gap. I want someone that can keep up with me.
Right.
I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for your looks. I'm looking for someone that can keep up with me, my age. I'm not young. I want them to, be younger to be able to do it. Old guys are not where it's at for me.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, pretty much someone to keep up with you, someone who respects you and your values, There's a lot of things that go along with relationships depending on how long they last, and there are values in each person that is in that relationship. They're all raised differently.
Yeah.
So each person has certain values. That's something that, you know, I think I look for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know, like you said the age, and it kind of like triggered me, and we were talking before the show, like I was like, I get real agitated about people when they talk about the age thing. Yeah, I'm 51, big fucking deal, whoop-de-doo, haha. But like I like younger girls, and it's the fact of, it's what I'm attracted to. Not that I'm a pervert, or not that that's all I want, but that's what the age is usually 33, 34, and that's what happens. You know, it's not like I set out for, I'm only gonna date this girl because she's this, that, and the other. But I was married for with a girl for 12, 13 years, and I fell in love with her, and she obviously broke my heart, and things didn't work out for personal reasons on her side, but. It's taken me 4 years to get over, and I'm actually in a good spot now. But it doesn't mean I want to date somebody because, I mean, who knows? I mean, it seems like everybody lies. It doesn't matter the age. A lot of people are like, well, you need somebody your own age. Jen, you need somebody your own age. But what is that? Age is just a fucking number. And I think guys, I'm for the women because I think a lot of guys fuck women's heads up, and they, they lie. They try to get the pussy, and they're going to do whatever. They're going to, lie to you and cheat on you, and that fucks the older women up. So the older women are messed up from all this, and they're traumatized. They got, they're really, they're traumatized. They're like apprehensive about going out with somebody. Like, well, what the fuck? I mean, do your homework when you start dating somebody. Whatever happened of taking them out on a date to the movies,
we do our homework now.
Yeah.
Are we dating the same guy is now available
Right,
on
yeah.
Facebook?
They do have it for men, but
Now you are doing your homework.
We
You're
are.
texting you your group chats.
Yeah.
but you got to do your homework to make sure, instead of just rushing into something. Oh yeah, okay, you go home, you meet a girl, you fuck her, or a guy, you're staying the night with him every night, instead of saying, hey, well, what is this? What is this going to proceed? Because I have younger kids where I have to be careful what I do.
Yeah, you can't bring everybody around, And for me, I kind of want to defend you a little bit here, there too. I side with you on the whole age thing. I don't think age is what you should base your relationship on.
Right.
I think it's who compliments you the most. Whether it's a person younger than you or older than you, it's whoever you are as a person. For me, I've always been the type of person where I'm super outgoing. I want to go and do things. I want to have that energetic type of
Yes.
vibe, and whether that's younger or older than me, that doesn't matter.
Right.
It's who helps me be comfortable in my own skin and progress through my life. That's what I look for. So yeah, I don't think age has anything to do with that shit, to be honest.
I'm almost 40. I'm not playing bingo, and I'm not crocheting. So that's just not happening.
Wait a minute, what about rearranging your sock drawer?
I'm not
Okay,
doing
that's
it.
different. Oh, that's
Right, hey.
Full send it, absolutely. What's up, Brady?
But I mean,
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
it's rough, and even dating now, I don't know, what do you do? Do I do I carry a book around, or do I carry a backpack? I mean, I was
Right, a little checklist.
Right,
Real quick, hold on,
listen,
real quick.
I realize now that I get labeled as a fucking player the way I dress. Yeah, I'm 51. I dress in 2003, I guess.
1993.
Right, or yeah, whatever it is.
Close
like
back.
a 20-year-old.
Right, Flavor Flav, but I mean that's me though. I'm not going to be wearing polo shirts with khaki pants and boat shoes, because that's just not me. I mean, I'm not that guy. But I'm not a fucking player. I really.
You're not a douchebag.
No, I'm not a douchebag. I've been labeled, and I get it because of the tattoos and the way I look. I get it, but you got to get to know somebody before you start making fucking accusations and assumptions and stuff.
Well, at what point do you put the walls down, though? Because, like you said, you got burnt before, right? So, and you did too, right? You said that there was somebody that came across your life to where all of a sudden your situation changed, where all of a sudden you're on the defensive, right?
Yeah.
So you're not willing to really let people in and kind of break down them walls and get the real you. You're going to be sitting there waiting. Well, at what point do you sit there and allow them to kind of really get to know you as a person?
I'm still questioning that. It's funny because I tell myself after being single a year, I was married or in a relationship for 17 years with my ex-husband. Super flip turnover to my last relationship of 5 years. So now I'm I think I'm okay with being alone. I might have healed too much. And I'm not even sure if that's a thing, but it's happening.
No, because I feel the same way. But Jen, the backstory of me and Jen and I met at I think it was Smuggler. She seen my big chain and she said something about Flavor
He had his
Flav.
arms crossed with this
Yeah.
big gaudy chain on. I'm like, what's up with Flavor Flav over there?
But after she got to know me, became really good friends. And what's really good about this whole story is that she literally almost had me in tears on the phone when I was at work because she started talking to somebody, and I seen how like upset she was and unhappy about being in a relationship with your last one, and it was terrible. Like
I love hot dads, free
Yeah.
advertising.
I like new dads, actually, not old ones.
But like I've seen her evolve like a flower. Like you know, like the first year was rough. I seen her setting home, and I'm like, dude, you got to get out and have some friends and enjoy life because life's too short. And then now this summer, she's living her life. She got friends. She's hanging out. She's talking to a guy, and that's all you want for your friends, and that's what true friends are. And I never really thought you could be friends with a girl. A guy could be, because usually it's they want to bang or one of them. But with this, man,
No,
she's
Mike's my best friend.
Right. I mean, it's kind of odd, but I mean, it works. But
Only because you're odd. That's
exactly, Flavor Flav. Odd. But I mean,
Hey, what up, Ricky Rick? Well, thanks for tuning in. What do you got to say about that?
I agree with age has no limit. I think that, love has no bounds. Your soulmate's your soulmate. It just really depends on when and where you find them. And, yeah.
I recently seen something that said, like, your soulmate doesn't necessarily mean someone you keep.
Yeah.
No,
I
Which is
agree.
weird because you always assume, like, that's my soulmate, we're going to be together forever, and I'm
There's
finding it's not the case.
I agree with that. I think that there is someone that you fall in love with, and there is your soulmate. I think that,
that's cool.
your soulmate could be a best friend, it could be a sibling, it could be a parent, it could be really anyone. It doesn't have to initially be the person that you marry and you give
Where's
your
the beer? I don't
entire
got
life
beer. I
to.
got Jack.
Yeah. I agree with that. I just
Yeah.
found it was crazy to see two different sides of a soulmate. Like, wait, that in a fairy tale, I'm supposed to get them and keep them, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
not in
we're-
2023.
No, not at all.
Absolutely, But I feel like, as you move on with your life, then people kind of like stain your ability to open up or to let other people have a chance. And like you said earlier, to where you might have been too safe now. Now you're too closed off. And it's like when you come to that point, like I feel like it's up to the other person that's trying to get to know you to persevere through that, right? And understand that, okay, obviously this person has been hurt before,
Through some
or
shit.
obviously so-and-so's closed off. And that should tell you right there, if they're not willing to go through the ringer, then, I mean, that gives you the answer right there.
They have to
True.
care enough
Yeah.
to break through that barrier and learn who you truly are.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, and I don't think you really know a person until, like, I would say, yeah, I'm going to say this lightly, but
There's really
at
no
least
time
3
limit.
months. I would say
Right.
3 months. After 3 months of being with somebody, like, consistently, that's when, like, the whole facade and, like, the whole, like, dress-up game kind of, like, dissipates. And where you're really starting to see who's who, right? Because, I mean, people change, and anybody can put on a face for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what fucks me up, because when it comes to trust, like, it comes down to, like, how long is it going to take for me to get you to get your mask off?
The
right?
hardcore truth.
Yeah.
The hardcore truth. Like, what is really going
Right.
on inside of your head? What is the truth in what you're telling me?
well, you have a lot of people butting into everybody's relationships too, and that's what really
Yeah.
kinda sucks.
Social
Yeah, I
media is
cannot
terrible.
fucking
Social
stand
media,
that.
family,
Yeah.
friends, other loved ones.
Absolutely.
There's a lot that goes into relationships that really changes people's minds.
Right. And it forces people to make decisions they might not want to make.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it should be between you and whoever the hell you're in a relationship with or trying to get in a relationship with. Whoever that you decide to be your family and your friends, they should support you no matter what decision you make.
Right.
They should not interfere. And that's my opinion.
I think people get scarred though. Like I know, at least for me, like I know how women feel, and I don't really care what anybody has to say about it. It's my feelings. Like I don't care about sharing it because maybe it could help somebody because I know I was rough and like I think I'll always love her, but I think that just I've had enough, and after 4 years, I'm like I can't do this to myself, and letting somebody else in is kind of hard anyway. I don't know, when's the right time? You don't know. I guess you'll know it when the time hits you. You know, you'll get that tickle about talking to them, or
You'll get those butterflies
6 months to a year.
that
Right,
I want to know her name.
Right.
It might not even take a first word to know. You know what I mean? It might just take a first glance.
So Alan just typed in real quick, and he said that all relationship experts say it takes 6 months to a year to truly know someone with the absence of sex. So
That's a good
I mean,
point.
but once you're already scarred, once you're already shut off, you're not gonna make it that 6 months. Like, let's be realistic here, though. Like, I know that that if I was shut off and I was truly at the point to where, like, you're gonna have to work to break my walls down, ain't no way in hell you're making it 6 months. Ain't no way in hell. You know, like, really, there's not. Like, I don't know. I mean, what's your time frame? How long would it take for somebody to actually, for you to be able to trust them?
I don't know.
Exactly. I think it'd be.
It's like person to person, I
Right.
would say.
Yeah.
Depending on past results and.
When you heal and you finally let go of the reins of everything and say, dude, I'm ready. But I've been saying that for even my daughter. I'm like, dude, I really like to have a girlfriend, but like, what do I do? Do I like carry a note? And do I carry an application? Or
Don't do dating.
Like
Right.
check yes or no.
right, just can you, hey, what's up? Because every time I try something, it's a fucking fail, dude. You know, because I'm such a player. I'm just.
There's no right way to go about dating nowadays.
But everybody's
At
got
all.
their own. Oh, go to Myers or go to Kroger's. What? When am I gonna? Hey, where do you get your meat at, honey? You know?
Yeah, right,
If
right.
you're
We
trying
got-
to meet the one, it's going to be organic. It's not going to be nothing you planned or like practiced.
I
on
agree.
They
dating.
always
I
say
agree.
that, but I don't know.
So we got two little comments here.
Okay,
So we
what
got,
do we got?
one from Alan. It says sex always disrupts the true finding of a relationship.
Who said that?
Alan. So
Okay.
we'll put that on the back burner. We'll talk
I
about
said
that again. And we
4
also
months.
got one from Brady who says you aren't a true friend if you aren't looking out for your brother and giving advice and not interrupting their relationship. Now, for Alan, I think you're right, but I do think that sex plays a part in a
Oh, it's
relationship.
a huge part.
You know, like I mean, in some people, abstinence is a thing, and some people it isn't, right? And that's for every individual. They can make their own choice. And as far as Brady comes along, I think that's what deciphers a true friend versus someone that's just trying to stab you in the back. A true friend will support you no matter what your decision is, and the other person will try to make you a decision that benefits them.
What Brady said was cool, and I really, hopefully I don't go off record saying this, but like with Anthony, you know, you guys went through a little rocky spell, and you know, for whatever, and I reached out to you how many fucking times?
Oh my God, dude! You know,
And
and
you didn't
especially
expect
at that time. I mean, we've known each other a long time, but we were never really tight. And I'll tell you what, that was. I mean, obviously, you know, me and her separated for a good while there, and he texted me almost daily. How you doing, man? Are you all right? This, that, and the third. And he was the only person that gave me the truth. He's like, listen, man, buckle up. Shit's gonna get weird. It's gonna get tough, dude. Like, you're gonna get blindsided by shit, you know? So I know firsthand that he's gone through the same thing that I went through for the past month. Now, thankfully, me and her are back together and things are working out. But, dude, I was lost for a while, for a minute. And for him to be able to check up on me all day, every day, when he didn't know me nothing. That's what a good friend is. Just like Brady
Yep.
and my buddy Brendan and Johnny, I had so many people that just genuinely didn't give a fuck about my actual situation, didn't try to chime in. All they were there was for support. You know, and make sure you guys
Because like
definitely
Brady
pay
said,
attention to
if
that.
you're a true friend, you're not gonna say, well, fuck Haley,
Right,
it's your
exactly.
fault, it's this, that, and the other. When it's two people, dude, you know, and a real friend isn't gonna bash the other person because it's not fair
No.
No.
as a true friend.
And they have no business doing that either.
No.
That's why I made him my best friend, because without Mike through my whole separation, moving, breakup, whatever you want to call it, like Mike was my rock. Like, people don't understand our
Fucking A.
relationship, but it was awful.
There's certain times where, you know, people understand what you're going through and what you don't, and what you're not going through, you know what I mean? In the hard times is when you truly learn, like, who's there for you, who truly loves you and cares about you.
Yeah.
And, you know, in a time that we went through, we both learned who was there for us and who wasn't.
The reason why I reached out to Anthony is because I did know him, and it's not like we were really super close, but like you know, I don't know. I hate, I mean, dealing with cancer, I dealt with cancer for 3 or 4 years, and that was fucking rough. And it's probably the roughest thing I've ever been through. But being heartbroken by somebody is just literally
fucking brutal.
I
fucking absolute
and
brutal.
not being able to get over that person,
Yeah.
like literally dreaming about them, like fuck,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
Every time
like,
you wake up and go to bed, you're like, how are they doing? Are they okay?
Yeah.
Like
So-
this isn't my normal routine.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So we got
yeah.
one. We got another question
Okay, what's
here.
the question?
Okay, so what price and time and value do you put on a person? And then outside of that, Mr. Rick Ross says target hot moms, but that's not a question. so, but like I said, what price and time and value do you put on a person? I couldn't even start to talk about this.
I think
don't even know.
that's truly based on how much love and effort you have to give as a person. I think it has to go off of how much time and effort you want to give into that person that you're choosing to be with or start something with, even if it's just friends. It's really based off of you and how you feel, how much you have to give.
I agree with that. I think it's individual. I think it's up to you and what you've been through and what you're looking for. I don't think you can put a time. I don't think any of us can put like a set time on
Yeah.
that or a value. Because everybody's value is different, but it's how you carry yourself and what you present to the table.
Where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
And even having a guideline for that, I think people change too so much. So
Absolutely.
you have
Yeah.
to, that can't be stable.
things get normal. They get like you know, even myself, like I mean I made mistakes being married, like just simple things that I could adjust. And coming home on a bad day, you know, pissed off, not wanting to talk, and just kind of shut down a little bit. But like, you know, if you take those tools that you learn, and like I just told you guys earlier today, like whoever I get with is gonna be with the best version of Mike that I've ever been because of all the mistakes that I've made. I'm not perfect, and I can take those tools and I can adjust to the program of what I need to do, you know. And I don't know, it's rough. I mean, trying to pick up the pieces and try to move forward is a rough thing, and the biggest thing is keeping the spark alive. The longer you are with somebody,
Yeah.
some people they stay married and they're like, you know, he does this, she does that. There's no date night. There's no flowers after 10 years. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what women like. Fuck it, I'll use it. Like I was married, and if I was pissed off, of course she don't want to fucking have sex because I mean, you know, well,
You've been a dick all
Why?
day.
Right.
You've been all a dick all day. Now
been
you
an
want to stick your dick in me?
asshole.
Like that's
Yeah.
fucking no.
Yeah.
But I never got that until I take a step back and like, wow, you know, you're probably right. So I'm all for the women. I think us guys really have made a mistake, and I think that somehow the guys were always up front, and we were at top, and now we have it's reverse now. The women. Because, I mean, they hold the pussy, I guess it's gold, from what I was told.
You haven't found your gold pussy yet.
There you go.
Right. But, like, the
Whatever you
women,
find.
it should be this, but it's kind of like this. Women got the upper hand because the guys have fucked up, dude. They've fucked a lot of these women up, and it is what it is. The older ones are so fucked up from all the abuse and cheating and all the beating and disrespect and calling names and all this, and now the young girls they haven't got to that point because they're young. I mean...
No, it's still the same when you're young.
Yeah, but not to the extreme.
Not to the extreme of
Right.
falling in love and loving someone, but you still have the feeling of even if you're dating someone for a week, like, oh shit, they left me for somebody else. How is that gonna make you feel? Like, what was wrong with me that made
Rejection,
you
yeah.
want someone else? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's
I
that
don't
closure
think that
that you need
has
to
an
get,
age
yeah.
limit either.
Yeah, but I want to touch base with what you said, because me personally, I'm man enough to admit is it's like you were saying, when you first get with somebody, you know, you got the flowers, you got that spark, right? And all you're doing is trying to keep that spark, and you're trying to fire it up. But once you become like a relationship and you start to get comfortable, and that's something that I fucked up with. I got comfortable, so all of a sudden I felt like, okay, well, I don't need to play the game anymore. I don't need to impress
got her.
You already
Right,
got
right,
her.
exactly. So, and I think that's what really started taking me and her down a little bit, is because
Forgot about the
I
little things
throttled
that
down,
make a
right? I
relationship
throttled down. I was like, oh, I got her. I don't need to do this. I don't need to look good there. I don't need to do this, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to that shit. And I think that happens to a lot of couples, to where they're
Absolutely.
like, well, we're already set in stone. We're comfortable, this, that, and third. It should be a daily fucking competition, to where you have to basically, put it this way: you have to get your girl every day. You have to play the game. You have to spit your game. You have to impress your girl and keep your
Even
girl
20
every
years down the road.
But don't
fucking
you think
day.
that's something that you would want to do effortlessly, though?
Mhm.
It
Well, you
shouldn't be.
would.
It wouldn't be something that you're like, shit, I forgot to get her flowers this week.
I
Or,
100% agree with that. I believe in this saying. It goes, if he wanted to, he would.
Yes.
If he wanted
I
to,
just had
he
this
would.
conversation. My daughter's 17 and new relationship, and I just had this conversation. Honey, if
Yes.
he wants to, he will. You'll never have to beg someone that wants to do things
Yes,
for you.
it's
But-
someone that truly loves you. You will never have to beg them to go that extra mile for you.
But life is so fast, and sometimes we lose
yeah,
sight of
stuff
it.
happens.
Yeah, it has.
Work,
We got
life,
a
the
bot here, so
house.
you got to watch what you say.
What do you say?
Yeah, it just blocked it. So, but
Okay.
continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but I mean, we lose track of what we're doing because the life is so fast paced. I mean, I know during the week, like with me working and taking care of the boys, dude, it's like I don't even have time to shit, dude. It's like I gotta schedule that, Like,
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
figure out like what am I gonna do? Do I even have time for a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
She'll mix right in.
yeah, we all say that, but sometimes I think that
But what do you want to open your kids up to?
well,
Right? You don't want to give them a false hope.
Yeah,
At least that's
but-
what I'm gathering, right? Like I know I had a single mother that brought guys in and out, right? And it was hard for me because I didn't know which one was for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was tough for me because I would see a guy come around for a few months, this, that, the third, I'd become attached, and all of a sudden he's gone, right? And then another couple weeks come by, another dude comes around.
Taking you to play
right,
mini
like,
golf
like,
and
like,
shit.
like, right, like, well, who the fuck are you?
I don't
Fuck
do
your-
that to my
right,
boys
like,
either.
like,
Call
fuck
me
your
dad
Snickers
now.
bar, like, you know what I mean? Fuck your Snickers bar, Like, I don't give a shit about that. You ain't Brad Moon
I don't do that to my boys because it shows them that's the norm to bring random people home and,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
around my kids, and it's. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I had cancer, I prayed every day. I'm like, dude, just let me live to take care of my boys, and I don't care about my other, whatever's going on in my life. At least I could be here for my kids. But I would like to find somebody, but I mean, I don't know. It's just not in the cards right now, I guess, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
When it is in the cards, it'll show.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a little bitter of how things have gone on. At least I admit it now, and a lot of people are. It's taken me 4 years to finally move on, and
In 1 year of therapy sessions with Jen.
yeah.
Right,
There
yeah.
he is, guys.
Right.
But it's also good to like see.
She's looking for hot new dads, by the way.
Yeah, obviously.
Young new dads.
Young
Hot,
thing.
young new
Okay.
J-Haas Creations.
J-Haas Creations.
J-Haas Creations. If you need your cups, okay? J-Haas Creations. You'll find her.
So do you think how you talked about like the older generation, which unfortunately I fall in, a lot of the men allowed women to also be the man. So I think that's where the older women are messed up because we don't need a man, we want
Yeah.
a man, and the bar is really high.
Right,
We're
yeah,
stuck,
there's no more left.
you know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there isn't.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go to the bar. I'm not gonna hit downtown Wyandotte and think that I'm gonna find a man there. It's just
No,
not
you're gonna find a
happen.
pretty boy
Right.
that can't stick up for you.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna find.
I'll have to
Yep.
beat people up for him. Great.
Exactly. That's
Right.
what you're gonna find.
I'm still mowing my own damn grass.
Yep. And that's a whole different subject, which
Yeah.
we can gladly talk about. But you're 100% right. Your pool of looking for people are limited because it's not the same as it used to be.
Oh, it's different. It's totally different. I wouldn't even want to be single and be in the dating game now because it's just fucking odd, dude. Everything is, especially that. Next week is Sunday Fun Day. We're gonna have a Sunday Fun Day thing.
Oh,
and
that's gonna be
that's
awesome.
gonna be an
That'll be
all
a lot of
whatever
fun.
topic.
It'll be the first outside podcast.
Yes,
We're gonna have
outside, hot
a
tub,
blast.
a
bar.
bunch of
A blast.
motherfuckers.
So whoever you want to come, get a hold of us. Let
Yeah.
us know. We're gonna be doing that there, and I don't know. I mean, there we could talk about downriver, and that's a whole nother subject.
And you're going to see all of us in our natural habitat. We're going to party, we're going to have some drinks, we're going to hang out, and everything's going to be fun. We're going to have the hot tub going, we're going to have the bar going. It's going to be a
I have a
blast.
couple questions for the two ladies. I think that, okay, so how do you guys feel, at one at a time, how do you feel about, like, being in a relationship? Because I just talked about this, and I seen a couple dudes on Facebook that are my friends. They posted about it. Okay, so if I was in a relationship with somebody, and I'm hearting, commenting, loving their fucking pictures, their little, that thing where they heart it, and you can't see it. It
On
only
like
they-
the story.
Yeah, the story.
Yeah.
Now that's fucking, that's wrong, right? I mean,
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
Haley will go first.
Growing up
100% Brady.
as a 1999 baby, I started in the social media aspect. I think that social media has a lot to do with why relationships don't work.
Exactly.
Too many people in the mix.
There is, there's exes, friends of exes, ex-family members, you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes within social media, and I think that, him and I are together, that, you guys are happy about it. There's people that are happy about it, but there's other people that are, like, oh, I don't agree with this. We have to make issues, and there's comments and concerns and this and that, you know what I mean? So I think that even along with, like, a female liking another male's post that isn't them, a male liking another female's post, I think that just shows disrespect in the relationship.
Right.
It shows that their eyes are focused elsewhere other than on
totally
their
agree.
significant other.
Yep.
You concur to that? Because that's
I do. So
to a point.
to a point. So I'm a chick that has a ton of male friends. Okay, and
I also
Did I say
have more
that?
male
Whoa.
friends than female friends.
I've always been like a homeboy. So
That's how I am, yes.
there has to be like an understanding,
You say
I guess.
whore boy?
A whore boy,
Oh,
homeboy,
sorry,
whatever.
homeboy.
Yeah.
There has to be an understanding on it. I do have a lot of guys, and I know Mike is commenting on a lot of my stuff. People in a relationship will heart my page. We laugh about it. You look stupid, guys. Okay.
There's a certain time
You
to
look
do
stupid.
that, and there's a certain time not to.
If you
Like,
really know them, it's
yes,
different.
if you know them,
Friendship.
it's different.
Yeah.
Like, I have a few of his friends, like, I'll like and comment on their stuff, but then there's, like, a few other friends of his that, like, I don't even have any of them on social media. It's like, how well do you know them? How
Right.
much have they been in your life, in your relationship?
And what their
since you've
loyalty
been
is
here?
with that person.
Yes.
So I have a question to ask you. So you have a lot of guy friends, right? If you get into a legitimate relationship and you're involved with one guy,
question.
are you going to so for me, it's a big thing. Like, I don't mind if you have guy friends. I just want to know. So say people that are in other relationships or single fellers that you're guy friends with, and they're hearting your pictures and stuff. Are you gonna let the partner that you just brought in? Are you gonna let them know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my
Yeah.
thing. I think that's a huge difference. Is like you're allowed to have guy friends, but I think it's also your partner's like. It's a respect for your partner.
Yeah.
To know about those things rather than finding out on his own.
Yeah.
Right. So if like so and so's liking your pictures, hearting your pictures, be like, hey. So-and-so's this person, he's a friend of mine from here, there's nothing involved, right? This is who he is.
Yeah.
For me, that gives me a sense of, okay, at least she's telling me up front.
This topic was just discussed in my personal life, and it
Wow.
has been with me and Mike. So
Nice.
my ex did not want me and Mike to be friends. I had to.
I don't blame him. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Me and Mike are just friends, but
Yeah, right.
he did not want me to be friends with Mike, and I fell into the trap. Well, I'll just get rid of him. Every time I got rid of Mike. Last time Mike was pretty upset. I cried. He loves me again. We're good now, but
We're glad because now you're on a podcast and it's flourishing.
I'm now talking in a new relationship, you could call it, and I straight out the gate. I have male friends. It's not like that. I can talk to them on speakerphone. I would love for you to meet them.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
what we do. This is what we talk about. And then there is some people that I talk to. If they were uncomfortable with them, they're gone.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Anything out of the ordinary.
There's boundaries.
You're not
There's
a
boundaries.
they would be gone.
agree.
Fucking A. There it is. You
100%
said it
agree.
on the fucking
Mike
team.
might be a little fight, but the other ones I don't care.
There's
No, that's-
people that, it really comes down to how much respect you have for your partner.
Yeah. And we're still fresh. This person I'm talking to now, but I made it clear from the beginning.
Yeah.
My friends,
there's
you're
a
not going to
respect
decide
there,
who I'm
though.
friends with.
Yes.
If you want to be with me, there should be no you controlling who I hang
Exactly.
Right.
And
who
they
I
should
talk
want to
to.
meet that other person.
You
Like,
are
I want to meet, like you
yourself.
said.
Right.
Like, hey, I want to meet him.
But
Yeah.
like you said, that's a respect for your partner, right? If you let them know, that's such a huge difference from them finding out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you just let them know who so and so is and why they're doing what they're doing, versus them finding out with you not telling them,
Yeah.
that's a whole different ballgame,
Yeah.
right? Because like I've told her in the past, if you tell me that you have a guy friend that you're talking to, I'm cool.
We're all adults here.
But if I
We have
find
no
out,
problems.
if I find out,
If a
you
new
didn't tell
person
me,
pops up randomly
Right.
one day
Right.
that you know
You
you
shouldn't
talk
have new
to,
friends.
Exactly.
New guy
And-
friends.
and
Yeah.
if I-
Nude?
it-
I like them nude, but new
right,
guy
right.
friends.
But if I find out and you didn't tell me,
Yeah.
that comes off as a whole different
That's
narrative.
shady.
Right.
It's a
It's
whole
a
different
different
narrative,
ballgame.
right?
Now you're
it's like,
questioning
you're-
everything.
Right, like, are you hiding something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's that. Fucking it. I fucking love it. That's
We just
fucking
talk. We talk about this a lot. I mean, this is a subject that we
comes
talk
up a
about.
lot in
Yeah, I mean,
relationships.
because it
often.
happens. I mean,
But I was always the girl like, oh, I'm never gonna listen to that, and I did. I got rid of everybody for
Yeah.
somebody, and then it woke up like, what the fuck? Even girlfriends they didn't like.
Right.
It. Gone, done. Like,
But when
But-
you do that, it's a slippery slope.
yes,
It is.
it's a
but,
bad slope.
You know, I also believe that once the right person comes along, you're not gonna have to cut those friends out of your life. You know what I mean? They're gonna understand. You know, they have eyes only for me, and these other people are really just her friends, and that's what they are.
Yeah, jealousy is a terrible thing in a
It's
relationship.
overrated.
Devil's playground.
It's
It's a devil's
overrated.
playground.
Yeah, so I have a friend. I love her to death. I won't say her name. She's been with a guy for a while. They're engaged, and he doesn't want her to hang out with me at all. There's something about me he doesn't like. We all used to be friends. She's a very good woman. Anytime he gets upset, she's cheating. You constantly get blamed.
Narcissistic.
There's a ton of them out there, man.
okay.
Plenty of
I have a
them.
question. I have a question. You just said that. Now that triggered. Oh dear God. Now my ex-wife, she went around saying I'm a narcissist. Da 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 da. But what causes a woman to say a guy's a narcissist?
There's two things. One, it's a woman that's hiding something else.
Okay.
Okay. The other one is it's true, right? And that means you're trying to.
Well, how the
control-
fuck do they diagnose it? I mean, just because you're a woman don't mean you're
No,
fucking.
no, what I'm
Every
saying
woman,
is-
he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist.
Listen,
he's
what
a
I'm
narcissist.
saying is you
No.
got to know the woman, right? Because there's one opportunity where she's saying that to cover her own ass, right? And then there's the other woman to where you're actually in the wrong, and to where you're trying to control and to try to form what your woman does in her life.
But that's a go-to for a woman to say, hey,
It's
no.
not if it's a
It's
true
just
woman.
like a new slang,
If
though,
it's a
too.
true
Okay.
woman, if it's a true
Yeah.
woman, she shouldn't have anything to say about that. If you don't do that.
I mean, whatever I have to say, hey, he's an asshole, not a narcissist. He's just an asshole.
That's
Fuck
what I'm
him.
saying.
I
It's
mean,
like
I mean,
Oh, I mean, God, fuck, I'm a dickhead. I'm a same motherfucker.
But there's
that is, like-
there's a line that
See, she's
splits
laughing.
between an asshole and a narcissist.
so
Yes.
what defines a narcissist?
Narcissist fucks with your head.
A narcissist
Manipulative.
is someone that is very manipulative, that is controlling, that doesn't allow you to be who you truly are as a person.
Good
that
point.
makes
Yes.
you
Yep.
that kind of
You try to
makes
change
you,
them. Everything
yeah,
about
they
them.
try
Yeah.
to change
See,
you.
that's
They
exactly
dumb you
what I
down.
wanted.
They
Wanted
make
that
you feel
answer.
unconfident.
Thank you.
An asshole is someone that's gonna say, "Hey, you look
Like an
fat
actor.
today, babe."
Right. It's the person that's
That's an
honest that's
asshole.
like, fuck
A
you, I'm
narcissist
saying
is
what I
someone
want.
that's controlling, who's gonna say you can't be friends with that person, you can't talk to your mom, you can't talk to this person, you can't have
Sit there and
relationships.
shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you said an asshole would be if he's saying that you looks fat, right?
Yeah.
But what if he looked at your ass and be like, damn, girl, you look fat today?
Okay.
What would that mean?
Take it in context.
Thank you.
God, girl, you look fat!
It's like, I mean, it's
That's a different
context.
scenario.
Okay, then.
It's not what
Yeah.
you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly.
Would he be labeled a pervert?
Or an asshole.
That's where it comes from.
I don't know.
Or a perverted asshole?
I will tell you this, dude. One of my biggest pet peeves is motherfuckers trying to get into other people's business. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, your narcissistic motherfuckers, they're going to try to manipulate the situation. They're going to take the
Maneuver
situation that's so simple, so fucking cut and dry, and they're going to fucking twist it. That's the difference
Into
between...
something that's
Right?
way bigger than what it
And they're
really
gonna
is.
turn that and make a fucking claim versus that asshole, right? That says, "This is how it is. This is how I think. Take it or leave
That's
it."
what it is.
As
Exactly.
I told you.
Right?
Yeah.
An
Take it or
asshole.
Take it or
I never
fucking
said
leave
nothing
it.
bad. I said exactly what's going
Right?
to take place.
Yep.
Yep.
And I
Knew
was
it.
like, "Hey,
I mean,
this is what it is."
I've gone through it. I mean, it's
Right? But that's the difference. That right there is the difference. The person that's going to twist the situation for their own benefit and make a claim, right, is the narcissist. The person that's just going to tell you how it is and be like, "Hey, if you like it, you don't. it doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna say what I have to say. That's the difference between an asshole and a narcissist.
Get into someone else's business and twist it.
Right.
But what if you're on the side of you're just nosy and you're on season 3 of someone's relationship?
That's called
Socially.
Karen.
Okay.
No, that's called a Karen or Nancy.
I'm watching it.
You're watching it, well, then you're just in the background.
Okay, Karen.
You're
or
like
Nancy.
I'll put it this way. You're like a
You're Sherlock
secretary.
Holmes.
Yeah.
You're like
Sherlock Holmes.
you're like a secretary.
I'm all
You're just
in.
like,
I'm
hold on, I'm
all
gonna
in
sit
it.
back. I'm gonna watch. I'm
Eat some
gonna
popcorn.
listen.
Like,
Right?
oh, they're back together again.
Yeah.
Right. But you're not changing the narrative.
No.
Right? You're just sitting back and collecting information.
watching it all
like
unfold.
you're a secretary. You're like, I'm just gonna sit back and listen.
You're like that little kid that had the fucking anthill or something, putting the fucking little what the
the
Burning
burning
the
glass. Burning the fucking glass. Got you, bitch.
Someone other than me going through it, I'm here for it, guys.
Yeah. It's different when someone else is going through it
Yeah.
rather than when.
Yeah, my turn was long enough.
Yeah.
But you know, if more people as friends would come together and like say if you see somebody down and help them when they're down,
Yep.
Yeah.
there'd be more laughter, more people getting together, more
Yeah.
the world would be a better place. But nobody gives
Yeah.
a fuck. They're just out to step on each other
People
like
only
Dan.
care about themselves
Yeah,
nowadays.
they know. Hey, they're broke up. I'm gonna go fuck. I'm gonna slide into her
Exactly.
DMs.
Yeah.
Or, but a lot of these girls that I've talked to, even Jen. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you something. I had a party here, and what's funny is it's just weird how things work out. Like, I mean, I want to have it where women tell me, like, I know you know, and you've told me about the DMs, guys sliding your DMs, and then when you finally come encounter them and they're with their girlfriend, isn't that funny? Well, you don't want to say nothing now. Well, wait a minute, dog. Wait, you just messaged her. Oh, harder pictures, harder story. Oh, but your girl didn't see that. So it's all good.
I'm
It's
Jen.
good,
I'm Jen. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
I'm
We've
Jen.
been
Nice to
Facebook
meet you.
friends
Right.
for 4 years.
Yeah, within Facebook, and you know,
Right.
you got your girl, you're fucked up. Oh, okay.
Right.
Got you, dog. Got you.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what's funny. But like at Facebook, dude, honestly, I love Facebook. I put, you know, a lot of the funny stuff, kids and my, you know, pictures, but you know, I could do without it. If I ever got into a serious relationship and you know, I'd be like, dude, you know what? I don't need Facebook. It's all good. I mean, if it really came to that level,
Yeah.
I'd be done. I don't care. I don't need any of it.
You don't need any social
It doesn't
media.
define me.
No.
It's really just a way to show off your life,
Yeah.
what you do.
Which is mostly fake.
Yeah.
I mean, I post a ton of bullshit on there. I love posting
Oh yeah,
like, the memes
you
and all the funny
only
stuff.
post what you want, and you put the captions that make it seem like your life's all happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean?
Her commenting on my stuff or like posting stuff. Hey, best friend, you know, I've had people like, dude, what the fuck's going on? Don't. What the
They're
fuck?
mad.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Like,
Right,
don't
it's man, you don't
worry.
fucking business.
I didn't know that I had to tell everybody via email or via fucking Facebook, hey, Jen and I are just friends. No, we're not fucking.
Like, let me make a
Um,
whole post in the background.
PSA out real quick.
and live, basically, when I had neck surgery, she came over. I put a fucking pillow
He
between
did.
us. And I
I've seen
had
him
this
at his
neck
ugliest,
brace. She
guys.
see me at my worst. Not shaved. Just ugly as
You're
fuck,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting
We
like
laid
this
in
watching
bed
a
and
movie.
laughed our asses
Yeah,
off for
you know,
hours.
But if I told everybody that, oh my god, they're fucking
Typey. Here we go.
Hey,
No,
Karen,
100%.
hey, Nancy.
I think I had
100%.
footed pajamas on too. I think
Hey, it doesn't matter. That's why.
And it was the dumbest fucking movie.
Yeah.
She had to see it.
Me
And-
personally, I'm the exact opposite, man. I refuse to put my personal life on social media because the way I look at it is y'all don't deserve to know how good I'm doing. Right? So,
That's-
I'll throw some bullshit memes out there. I'll have my fun, but you don't need to know what moves I'm making. You don't need to know how good I'm doing.
Oh, if I
You
get
don't
the
need to
moves
know
going, you don't
how
even
happy I am. You're like,
Yeah.
you don't need to know how happy I
Post
am.
here and there,
If I'm
like, hey,
happy-
I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet.
Like, if I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit if you know that or not.
But
Nobody's opinion.
you
are
should,
needed.
honestly, like with Facebook, because I was talking to a friend on the phone today, and he said he's going to clean his friend list out. And I'm like, dude, you know what? You're probably right. I probably should do that too, because you know what? I want my friends to see me happy and doing this, see my kids, and oh man, Mike's happy. He's got a girl or whatever, you know, at the time. Or hey, he's doing this, and they're happy for me. They're heartening because
Yeah.
they love it. Then I'm excelling in life,
Right.
and I'm happy. You should be happy for me. I'm happy for
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then fuck you.
Then you
and
delete
kick
the little
rocks.
fucks and be done with it.
Right, kick
Right.
rocks. And if you're to try to trample that moment where you got that little high of happiness,
Right,
right?
beat
You're
feet, motherfucker.
like, hey, fucking kick rocks. Get
Beat
out of my
feet.
Well,
life.
that's like, I had over 1,000 friends, and it's like I do not even see 1,000 people
Yeah.
in a week. So
Right.
Do I even know that many
Yeah, so
people?
I
How
just
many
started
out of the thousands
in
do
my
you
head.
really know?
And I could
Do we
probably
have the
go
hand
to my,
sanitizer?
I can go to my post now, and I got probably 54 likes in there. My Snapchat's got all these requests. It's stupid.
I would
You guys-
rather have-
people who don't even know me.
I would
Yeah.
rather have
Exactly.
20 good friends versus 1,000 people. I don't
Like,
even
like
fucking
that
know.
fucking
Right.
goddamn fat Italian motherfucker said, give me 5 motherfuckers and I'll take over the world. Fuck that. I don't need 30 friends. I don't need 40 motherfuckers. Doesn't matter. Give me 5 people I can trust
Real
that have my
friends.
back
Yeah.
and we'll be fine. That's how I live my life for sure.
It's not about how many people you have in your circle. It's about how many people are true to you.
Absolutely. And it's
Yeah.
when times get shit, right? Are they going to point the finger at somebody else or are they just going to be there for you?
Exactly.
Just like you when me and her separated, right? You didn't ask questions. You didn't point the fingers. All
None
you
of my
said is, hey,
business.
you doing good? You all right? That's a friend.
Because I know that feeling, being
Right.
in a truck looking out a window like, God,
Right.
man, this is
That's a
So then
friend.
you feel guilty when you're back together
Right.
and you got to go around
Exactly.
Mike like,
No,
well, I know
see,
what you said. When
I
we
never
weren't together.
felt that. I felt, because I know, I'm like, dude, you know, I know how it feels to be
Yeah.
at work, sick to your stomach, not wanting to be
Yeah.
there. Your mind is racing on something else, and you're like, fuck, dude, this
Oh yeah,
blows.
but that's the difference between a friend and somebody that's just there for their own benefit. Because a real friend, and all of my friends, did the same shit. They didn't give a fuck about what the situation was, whatever. I was down Schitt's Creek, right? And all they said was,
Let's go
"Are you
party,
alright?
bitch."
Right? Are you alright?
Oh.
Do you need some?" One of them did was like, "Let's go shoot pool," and we went and shot pool, right? And we had a good time, right? And then I had some other people. Oh, what happened? What's this? Oh, this, that, and the third.
That's irrelevant.
Ah, see, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're worrying about what happened rather than how I'm doing.
Right.
That's the difference.
Well, and you
learned
messaged me
that.
today, like, are you ready today? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready. You know, I'm excited. And, you know, I invited some other people. It didn't work out, but, you know, and then you were like, well, Haley's coming with me. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool, dude. You
Right.
know, I don't care, dude. I mean, I'm all for whatever, dude.
You
And-
like it, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
exactly.
right.
And my point.
and
Yes.
it worked out. Haley was able to come
Yes!
with us, and hey, fuck it,
Yeah.
dude. We're doing this, all of us. And it's funny how things work out in the end, you know, no matter what.
Yeah. But you know, I learned something so important during our break. I learned how important it is to have them true friends, because like so many people had my back and genuinely cared about how I felt during that relationship issue, that I was like, wait a minute, like some of the people that I was closest with didn't give me the time of the day. But some people I've talked to a couple times and helped them through their tough times were the people that really reached out, that really actually gave a fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's anything to take for granted. And that showed me a lot. This is the first like real life kind of crisis that I've ever been in. And I learned a fuck ton about what loyalty actually means.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep going because you're young.
Absolutely.
So it's just going to keep happening.
But this was the first one for me. Obviously, I know you've been down that road, right? You know, and that you gave me a piece of advice, but this is the first eye-opening experience that I've ever had. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could even went further. I'm like, you know, when you spend time with somebody, you have a past. You've been together for a long time, and it doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The thing is, you've had it, and I knew in the back of my mind that it would all work out. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't feel alone. Dude, it sucks. I remember during COVID, you know, I basically got divorced during COVID, and it was rough, dude. Nothing was open. I'm like, dude, going stir
Yeah.
crazy.
Couldn't do nothing.
I'm working out. I'm like, but here I am, single, fucking heartbroken. She's wound up living with some other fucking guy. Like,
Yeah,
during
right.
COVID, how the fuck does
Yeah.
this even work?
Right.
Right.
Like,
Shit don't add up.
Right.
do I fucking send an email out? Hey, I'm fucking single, dude. I mean, I'm cock-locked and ready to go at any time, dude.
Yo, Hotmail,
Right.
real quick.
Like, what the fuck?
That's the
COVID.
hard part, though. I think people don't, and me either. Like, I didn't worry about myself. I worried about what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're never going to get past that. You got to worry about yourself. Be
Yep.
selfish for once.
Yeah.
Right.
After it's over.
Buy
At least
yourself
for a little
that new
bit.
outfit, you know what I mean? Spoil yourself, love yourself.
That's
before
why
go
you
and
said
try to
that.
love
You were like,
someone
well, I don't
else.
know if I'm ready. Like, it's because you're finally happy with yourself. You're at that point where you forgot about that other person. You're like, you know what? I'm good. Like I can breathe. Like
'Cause I'm a lot to worry about. On top of I have a 17-year-old daughter, a
Right.
20-year-old son. I have a house. I have an animal. Like
You got shit to
Yeah.
worry
now
about.
it's like shit. Are you worth fitting into?
Right,
my
you know,
life?
you have
worth
one
my
pussy to
time.
take care of. You got
like,
two.
Right. I like that I can say that.
Yeah, you like that narrative? You like that
Yeah.
narrative? Now it's
Yeah.
no longer am I worth your time.
Right.
It's, are you worth my time?
Yes.
I
yes.
like that.
Do you fit into to
Are
what
you,
I'm
are
doing
you worth
here?
my time? I love that. There
Because
you
it's
go.
a team effort, man. I always pick somebody that I have to fix or somebody that I have to
You're
do
a
everything.
Captain Save-A-Ho. Me
Yeah.
too.
Captain
Yeah.
Save-A-Ho.
Me too.
Right. I want somebody to bring to the table. Like, let's be a team. Let's do this
Right.
together, dude. I mean,
Right.
fuck.
Now
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
want
be
someone
saved.
that's equal with you, that's level-headed, that has the same priorities and
Right,
aspects
my back
and
fucking hurts, dog.
outlooks on life.
carrying
Carrying all that
this
weight.
freight.
Carrying that motherfucking weight, dude. Jesus. Dude! Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Well, if that's all that we gotta say,
You
the
guys-
last thing to do is JOS Creations, right? You got these full send cups, right? You can order yours customized.
if she does anything. But I guess tune in next Sunday for the
Sunday
Sunday
fucking
fucking
fun day!
Everybody,
Hell yeah.
anybody and everybody's invited, but reach out if you guys want to come. We're doing it outside.
Yep, it'll be the first podcast outside.
Hot
it'll be
tub.
a fucking it'll basically be our first almost vlog kind of thing.
Right.
We're
I
gonna
might
give
be
you guys a
shirtless.
taste.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I might be shirtless.
No, don't do that.
We're gonna
Why
give you
not?
guys a taste of what we are in our natural habitat. So
Oh,
I
wow.
really hope you guys tune in next Sunday. It might be earlier than 6. I don't know.
We
but
don't know yet.
We'll figure that out. But definitely tune in, man. And I appreciate
Love
it.